live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, you beautiful people. We have another session of Helena, the one, the only Bunny Trick 7 McConnell, showing you a little insight into her life and how she has been playing over the 50 and L streets over, I don't know, just the improvement from when we last saw her to now when we're seeing her. And I must say, having been there and had some sessions that we haven't televised, apologies for that, it's been quite an extraordinary change. And I was saying that when you played that poop old session that we uploaded to YouTube and got some keyboard warriors being like, I can't believe G beats 50 an hour, I don't believe that for a second. I'm into it now, so I know what's what. So no offense to any 2.5 players out there, much love. Yeah, it's been really extraordinary. I did say that you're playing absolute shit, and what we had to do, it wasn't changing your actual poker game, it was changing your mental game. So can you give people a quick run through, even though your face is not showing? By the way, guys, she's not showing her face because she's not wearing makeup because she doesn't feel like she's attractive enough. Classic teenage girl problems, but apparently that's past teenager these days. Who would have thunk? Instagram, what's that doing to our heads, right? So,
oh man, you sound a lot better closer to the microphone, by the way.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I sound better closer?
Way better.
Oh, what's up, guys? Charlie Carrel here. So if you want to give Helena McConnell some compliments on the way that she looks, the way that she appears, often we don't like that here on the stream. We like people to not be objectifying women, but sometimes they need a bit of objectification so they can stop feeling shitty about themselves and try and imagine her what she looked like without makeup so you can prepare her for the next time we do one of these to do that. Anyway, Helena, can you ignore that and talk quickly about how your mental game has changed over the last week and a half and what kind of impact that had on your poker game?
So I guess I started the change. Like, I had a session with Kathy and talking a lot about like confidence and just like getting the creativity back and getting the joy back for the game. And before that, I was just like plugging through a lot of volume with like no real intention behind it. And just feeling like crap because I was playing like crap, and I knew I was playing like crap, but I wasn't doing anything about playing like crap. And now it's all fucking great.
Just solve mental problems. I've got none. So if anyone doesn't know, Kathy is the person, my spiritual guru, my good friend. She's offering one-on-one sessions for £50 for an hour. I'll put her email in the description. She has changed the lives of me, of Hannah, of Helena, who are different people, by the way, fucking YouTube people. Helena, not my girlfriend, thank God. No offense. She's a bit of a nightmare to be in a relationship with, so I've heard. But she has changed our lives very dramatically, and a lot of other people who have been poker players. I think is probably the best investment of £50 I could possibly tell anyone to ever have, especially if you're a poker player, because everyone has mental problems, and Cassie can really dig deep very quickly to what specific person's mental problems are, and just like fucking double or triple your win rate. Or if you're Helena, times it by -3. All right, that's enough. I know that a lot of people will probably get, or at least some people will probably get a bit pissy that we're focusing on this instead of focusing on the poker bit. But being a professional poker player, the mental aspect of it is one of the most underrated and under-talked about things. It is extremely important. It can really separate a good player from a great player, or a good player from a bad player, depending on which direction you're going in. Okay, we can now share my screen. Closed all my tabs, and we are good. Here we have a 15-minute 50 and L session, already starting with the 500 big blinds, or however many there is, and 200 big blinds. So yeah, things have been going really well over the last few days, especially, right?
Yeah.
You had a little bit of a hiccup when you got your knickers in a twist over something else, which I won't mention. So we have a lead here. What do you generally think people are leading with here?
I think he can be leading with a bunch of pocket pairs, maybe ace highs with a gut shot, maybe straight draws. I don't know. When he snap leads, I'm not so sure, but I just think it's super fishy, so I floated.
Yeah, for sure it's fishy. Just to be clear to other people out there, it's very important that you separate these two things. Assumptions about poker is one, and then decisions about poker is another. So the assumption is, okay, I think that they are leading these types of hands here. And assumptions are something that you can really only grow over a large period of sample size, a large period of time and a large sample size. And you can only really figure that out because there are so many different spots in poker by playing all the different spots you can, seeing what people turn up with. So that's what Helena has done, and I agree. I think when people snap lead here, they can occasionally also just have like nothing. They can just have like deuces. So when this guy min raises and that guy snap folds, he obviously turned up with nothing. What do you think this guy has?
So I think this guy can have some value hands. I think it's more like he has pocket pairs when he flats in that position. But it kind of feels like he's just raising to see if he can get some folds a lot of the time, I think.
You think people are min raise bluffing to get some folds?
I remember thinking that at the time.
Yeah, that's not the case. You were very correct until that last silly sentence. So like he can have some boats or 5x. More likely it's just going to be 6s through jacks.
Yeah.
So something like that. By the way, against the range that the small blind was leading, I'd probably just raise this ends because it's just really easy. You can just make it like $4.50 and just pile on almost every turn apart from like a 6 or a 3.
Rep aces.
Yeah, rep aces. If you can have aces. Oh, nice. All right, so now a cool thing about this is this guy is going to turn his hand face up on the turn. If he has a value hand, he's probably going to bet big. If he has a pocket pair, he's either going to like do a dumb small bet or he's going to check. Most likely check. What is he going to have? 1, 3, 3, 7. So yeah, 3 is very likely to be jacks. All right, what are we thinking about on the river?
Basically, we just like have to lead. Like he's definitely got nothing. So he's just trying to get value from all those pocket pairs, basically.
Yeah, he's definitely still can have a 5. It's just so unlikely with this turn sizing, and it's just hard to have a 5 in general. So we go for a lead, trying to get a call from. Looks like trying to get a call from jacks. I like it. 9s or something. Ooh, 750. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of priced into cool. It feels, I don't know. I guess.
Oh yeah, we're not folding. Jesus Christ, get out! I'm not even considering folding.
Like it's probably just a chop. It's some weird situation.
It just feels like a chop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll probably just like min click it back or something.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, cool. Someone said, "Oh no, Charlie there." Oh, 10's nice.
Yeah.
Weird. So this guy is 3-bet C-bet?
Yeah.
C-bet small. Okay. Charlie there. Bet again. Oh, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I know. I think I was mildly induced by him thinking it was you. And I was like, this is so horrible.
I would say Charlie is there also feels pretty strong. Damn, haven't got the 50 in L streets yet.
Played me.
10 is ace queen. What?
I was like such a fold spot. I just.
We're never folding when he goes 10, obviously, but like.
Really? Okay.
No, oh no, dude. If you're getting pot odds, you only need to be right at like 20% of the time. You're fine.
Okay, so that's a big thing. I need to work on. My conception of pot odds is really low. That makes sense. That makes no sense.
Conception of pot odds is, write this down, guys. My conception of pot odds is really low. The point of conception, conception is very low. I get what you mean. You're not weighting the concept, I guess you're trying to say, of pot odds enough in your decision making, and that's fine because at the beginning of your career, you're just going to be playing around with trying to own people. That's what you really want to be doing. That's what I've been teaching you how to do, and you're going to be thinking like, oh, I think he's got this. I think he's got this. And you're going to be right more often, especially if you're thinking along those lines of like, what do I think this person has? But at the same time, when you're actually trying to make money, you got to be paying attention to how often you need to be right to be making a specific call. And it's something that's really counterintuitive. Like when you're making cool, if someone bets like half pot in the river, you have to be wrong there most of the time to be playing well, unless it's like a really obvious spot where the person's just like never bluffing. But in a normal theoretical, if everyone's playing correct, you got to be making a lot of incorrect calls, and that's weird to think about, isn't it?
Weird. Is the 8-4 suited to defend versus a reg?
Oh yeah, probably just about. I mean, assuming we have edge against him. If not, then no. But
Got edge against everyone. Super edgy. Ugh.
Please fold.
Ugh.
I mean, yeah, sucks to lose.
Because that's one where the pot odds, even though the pot odds are good, he's just never bluffing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can just check behind like 5-4, but he's earned it because no one usually bluffs there.
No, but not that size.
Yeah, that'd actually be a really nice spot to bluff, by the way.
Damn.
If you have like 5-4 in your hand, just check back twice because you don't have super loads of fold equity on the flop, and you just get to get a cheap bluff on the river because no one ever tries to bluff when you check back on an ace-high board. Energetic today, can you tell?
Yeah, you eat well?
Yeah, ate fucking good. A 6-egg omelet.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Are you vegan?
No, I haven't been vegan in ages.
Yeah, I told Ben you're vegan. Oops.
Oh, good. Have you told you I was marinating chicken before this video?
Oh yeah. Bad vegan. You were a pretty bad vegan anyway. So
yeah, I was.
we've called a lead on the turn. What do you think he's leading?
God. I guess I checked. It kind of looks like he's reffing a 10 or an ace, but I don't think many people would lead with an ace.
Yeah, I think he's repping both of those hands. If you're bluffing here, what size do you go?
If I was him?
No, if you're him. If you're you.
Oh, big.
Yeah, so what are you trying to fold out?
Weaker ace X, jack X, pairs.
Yeah. So what size do you think?
To fold out weaker ace X, probably pot.
Yeah, I'll probably overbet this one. Probably bet like 12, 22. Looks real confident.
Yeah, it just looks like a 10 or a boat.
Yeah. So I'd also maybe like consider typing something in the chat when I bet that one.
Yeah, I mean, I never do, unless people chat to me, which obviously is not speech play.
Yeah, I mean, now I've said this, it's probably best not to do it. Probably only do it against recreational players.
And then everyone's going to know.
And then just like try and get in the heads of people that you think have watched this video.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's always fun. I love speech playing against people that know that I speech play. That's my fun bit because most people can't help but try and guess which level I'm on, and then the game begins.
Man, nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you do this in live poker as well.
Oh, God. I just will giggle a whole lot. I really need to work on that.
By the way, that 4-bet with ace queen, was it because the guy was super loose? I just assumed.
Yeah, it would have been.
I know that's not your standard. We're folding this, right? Oh God! Oh, he did bet 7, and we do have 7, so that's understandable.
Exactly.
What's he doing?
I don't know. He can be stabbing there a fair amount of the time.
What's his 3-bet percentage?
23%.
Oh, we have no hands on him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
A lot of recreational players just aren't 3-bet bluffing. That's the problem.
Fair.
Please bluff. And they might also just like check behind ace king. No. Please check shove. Shove. Oh my God, you're actually doing it?
Right.
Yes, boys. Yes. I mean, I might not be good against a fish, but I love that you're thinking about it.
Right.
Oh God, we called. Oh, boys. Oh man, I didn't even think about calling.
Right, I did.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess, because you know why would aces go pot? But like, I think if you shove, you just get to fold him out of 100% of this range most of the time.
Yeah, I think a shove's probably better.
When you can have a flush and a straight and whatever and a set, and he can't, then it's just kind of nice to just go shove. Loved a king on the river pot. That is not the most helpful. Oh. Yeah, close enough. You're almost there. You want to probably note that he went bet, check, bet, because that's the more unusual thing. Not that someone will bluff pot, but that someone will bluff pot after checking back the turn.
Mm.
That's really unusual for a recreational play.
Beautiful.
Wait, so you bet that real quick. What are you trying to get calls from or folds from, or what are you trying to do?
We can get calls. We can still get value from like, oh man, I don't know. I guess it's just planning on barreling the turn so often, and basically shoving if we get raised.
Yeah. So there's a specific two hands that I'm trying to think of that you want to get calls from.
Like King Jack.
Yeah.
And King.
Yeah, exactly. King Jack, King Queen. Yeah, so you want to go a size that they're definitely not folding. I would say maybe a bit smaller than that is to get it done.
And try not to snap so quickly.
I actually don't mind snapping those spots as long as you've thought it through enough. So if your brain can think that quickly, that's fine. So I mean, I'll let you decide whether that's the case or not.
Almost definitely not.
But snapping in that spot does make you look more over parry, because that's the one that doesn't have a decision. Whereas if you tank bet, someone might be like, oh, it was ace king trying to work out how to c-bet. That's especially against regs that are going to be thinking that.
Yeah.
But even against recreational players, snap c-betting is usually stronger.
Okay.
You can also get away. You're a lot less likely, and it's a little timing tell thing for people out there. You're a lot less likely to get bluff raised if you snap c-bet. If you tank bet a third, someone's, especially a recreational player, is way more likely to bluff raise than if you snap bet a third.
Yeah, I'd be so much more likely to raise. Whenever you're like a recreational player would do that, I'm just like, I would do that.
I hope we're folding. Oh, Jesus. What is going on here, boys?
Yes, that is so bad.
I mean, it's not the worst. People out there are probably going to be like slamming down their Red Bulls on the table at outrage. It's actually not too bad. The reason it's not too bad is because you have an uncapped range and they both have a capped range. The reason it's not maybe the best is because they can still have some like ace, king, and aces. And well, I mean, this guy can, the other guy can't, obviously. So it's potentially dangerous, but I honestly, I don't mind it.
Also not sure about the left.
Yeah, man, the political left are fucking nice. I agree. But that was it's kind of annoying to just call that, so I actually don't mind raising.
Yeah.
He could be betting like King Jack and King Queen, Ace Jack, and maybe someone like King 10 that's going to be folding.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of those hands are probably going to have to fuck off.
Yeah, I think I could have made the raise bigger.
I would probably raise bigger just to make sure all of the Ace Jacks, those kind of King Jacks, they're all folding too.
Very nice.
Yeah, because if you go that size and then the river's a break, you have to then bluff again. Kept in the Ace Jacks.
Oh.
Although maybe actually, I've changed my mind. I think that size is good because then you can in like the Jack 10s as well, and maybe like a Jack 9, or like just like the pair and straight draws, and maybe as Ace 10, King 10s as well, more likely to call, and then you just get a more profitable bluff on the river if you do broke out. I'm in. Why do we not see that? What's going on?
I don't actually know. I think because he's an aggro fish, I was just expecting him to bet, and I was going to raise. I got a bit crazy with the check raising without really thinking about it.
Check raise this one. That's thin, man. I mean, this is now a good check raise here on the turn because you just always have the best hand.
Yeah.
On the flop, you don't quite have enough hands to do that.
Yeah.
You can just see against aggro recreational players. You can just see bet small and hope that they get induced.
Yeah. So you wouldn't see bet big there on that specific board?
No, especially against aggro people, they're more likely to bluff raise. Yeah, if you have like ace king there or bottom set, then you can start going big. I like this. This is good. Dude, you're playing sick.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this is pretty solid.
Doing
I'd actually probably play that because that guy's going to be a fish.
Yeah.
No regs are passing out on the button. So you can probably just 3-bet that.
Amazing. I was actually 7-5 suited especially. I was at one point I was 3-betting it a lot in that spot, and then I stopped. I thought it was too loose.
It generally is going to be too loose, probably. But against a recreational player or someone that has a high fold to 3-bet or a high button open, then it's probably, well, actually just a high fold to 3-bet. Yeah, it's probably fine.
Juliet.
Wait, what? Don't call that.
No.
Nah, man. You have the best hand more often than not, but you do not win the pot.
So
because if he bluffs the turn, any turn apart from a deuce, then we have to fold.
yeah. So what, you would raise there or fold?
Probably raise actually.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think if he has a queen, I don't think he's folding to that sizing.
Yeah, but
I become way bigger.
That's fine. He can have a 7 or an 8 or a 4 maybe, or 5s, you know, stuff like that. I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can also check, so whatever. I would say you probably didn't pay enough attention to the spot then, because it's relevant that the straight got there. Like maybe you can overbet and fold him off literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on the flop here? Did we see that or check?
I checked.
Check called it. Okay.
I think he checked back, maybe bet the turn. I wasn't watching either.
So he probably has like 6s or something.
Mm.
You got to call this 9 deuces. Fair enough.
Yeah. I think I would have folded there a fair amount not that long ago.
Because you just believe people.
Yeah, I think I would just be like, he can't be bluffing, but then he's not repping anything.
Yeah, it's the not repping anything thing. He's repping like a 9.
Yeah, there's such a thing when you have to go back through a hand when you're like scared by someone's raise, and then you're like, wait, what?
I do that sometimes against unknowns, and it's really scary because you have to bluff a river because they bet small, and you know that if they're a non-sinking player, then it doesn't matter that you're not repping anything. But if they're a sinking player, then you're going to raise, they're going to snap call, and you're going to get owned.
Mm-hmm.
So annoying. And then you just look, everyone else on the table is like, dude, why'd you bluff that? You just got owned. It's like, idiot. No. I don't mean idiot. I mean someone that's not good at poker. That is
nice.
not easy to say.
Nice one. Good save.
Check. Nice. Check. Nice. If he bets, raise. Oh my god, you're actually doing it. Oh no.
Thought about it for a second.
Lead bigger. Lead bigger. All right, I'll take it. You're trying to fold him off an ace there, right?
I guess so. Really? Oh yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 0 other things that you could be doing.
Yeah, and then definitely go bigger.
Yeah, because that's the size I might go if I was trying to get a call from an ace. I mean, I'd probably go like 75 cents or something, but you know how it is.
Yeah. What about the call on the right when they've min opened?
Wait, what? Did we call this small blind?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. Ace deuce off from the small. What are you doing?
I don't know, because they opened little. You know.
They can still have good hands.
No.
If you think that this is going to be weak, just squeeze it. That's really bad. That's really, really bad.
Okay.
You can't even call like 8 or 9 off there.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Thank you for letting me know.
I've literally never seen you do anything like that before.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think mainly because they're too fish and...
You're right. You should be adjusting in that direction because they min opened and because they're fish, but that was a way over adjustment.
Yeah, okay. And I think because it's only like 75 cents to call into like a certain amount, a bigger amount.
It's impossible to know this stuff like logically. You just have to base it on what other people have said about what calling ranges and opening ranges should be, and then adjust based on the situation. But don't just try and create your own rules.
No, I'm being creative.
You are such a non-folder. I can see
right?
it. You're looking for excuses just to play a hand. You got to fold that one.
Yeah. it's that thing of like when you're kind of super bluffy yourself, you just assume that people have these crazy bluffs in their range.
Yeah, yeah, it's so trash. I get in those leveling spots myself. You can defend this against an aggro dude.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Although he has really reggy stats. Like,
Yeah, there's quite a few of those out there.
It's probably a good reg.
Really pissed me off.
That's funny.
Such a thing.
Good 3-bet. What are you thinking about on c-bet sizes here?
I still think like 7s, 5s, 4s, ace highs, weird like gut shotty hands will cool. Half pot.
The main thing you want to be thinking about is, can I get calls from ace highs? What's the biggest size I can go to get calls from ace highs? Because there's so many more combos of ace deuce, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, maybe jack if they don't 3-bet that, in comparison to, you know, like pocket deuces through 5s or 7s.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to be going that size, and then you want to be exploiting. He can have those and some gut shots and straight draws if he calls, and then you can do some cool shit on the turn. But, you know, check call or bet small.
Pretty cool.
Ends on the turn. Witsy.
Man, I hate that sizing.
Do you think that people watching you play have adjusted?
I don't really think at all. I think there are some regs have messaged me being like, I don't have you tagged as a maniac fish anymore. But apart from that, I don't know. It doesn't really get in my head much. Yeah. But maybe I should be thinking about that more.
What are you trying to find out?
Basically, like chopping with ace king or maybe a 10. I doubt it.
I would probably, if you're trying to fold out something other than ace king, just go pot.
Yeah. Over that.
Oh, you just see that? That's fine.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, what is going on?
Oh, this could be such a heroical spot. Or a raise with a boat spot.
Okay, I can't remember what happened in this.
Oh my god, is it the time's about to run out for the he raised with a boat. I like it. All right, sick. So overall, you were playing like a beast, in my opinion. I think you're playing really well, and I wouldn't say that unless I genuinely meant it. You were looking to win pretty much every single pot you were in, which is what I've been teaching you how to do. I think I'm very confident you can beat 50 now. I think you might be able to beat 100 now if you just like stop fucking around pre-flop so much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll start probably heavily losing on 100 now. So yeah, we already know you're about to take another shot 100 now, which is cool. And you're about to play some live poker, and you'll already be able to be like 2-5 live, if not 5-10 if you went to America or somewhere other than London. I would not recommend playing 2-5 and 5-10 in London yet.
Nope.
They are tough.
Not until I can count.
Yeah, live poker's tough. Other than that, I think, yeah, everything's gone real well. I'm extremely happy with the progress that you've had. I still fully maintain the belief that by the end of this year, you'll be playing EPTs, like 5K tournaments. And I imagine that by the end of next year, we'll get you playing high rollers. So still on track to be a superstar. Anyone out there has questions about specific hands, please put them towards Helena and not me. I will check the comments. Please leave lovely comments. Like the video. I never remember to say this in whilst we're actually recording. If you got this far, like the fucking video, you dicks. That's super. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. But, it does me a lot of good. And the goal for me is always to have how many views there are, divide it by 10. That's how many likes I want. Eventually we will fucking get there. Because I get it for like the first couple of days, and then some people that don't really know who I am come in and they start not liking it. It's like, oh, guys, what are you doing? Appreciate it. Much love, Helena. I'm off to go do some cool stuff, preparing for Abundance. Guys, Abundance is coming very soon. We're about to change the world. I'll speak more about that later. Have you got any leaving remarks, or do you want to give a big face reveal?
We never doing the big face reveal at the end. I never have any good closing remarks, so yeah, no, I'm done.
Yeah, don't worry about it. What are your plans in terms of taking shots at 100L? When are you next going to do it?
I think I'm going to be doing it on Sunday, or maybe not. Maybe I'll be playing online tournaments Sunday. Maybe Saturday night if I don't play in the casino. But yeah, probably playing the weekends for 100L shots in the next few weeks.
So pretty cool considering you were a year ago playing 2NL, or less than a year ago playing 2NL.
Yeah.
And guys, just showing the dream is alive. We can still, if we can get Helena winning, we can fucking get anyone win it. There must be a lot of people out there being like, if she's still calling ace deuce off from the small blind and winning at 50, and what the fuck am I doing? I need to work harder. And I hope those people, they get inspired, because I mean, she genuinely is crushing, and she obviously still has some big leaks in her game because she's not been playing very long, and I'm not teaching her in as much of a structured manner because I'm a very big believer in cultivating people's creativity and puntiness. Once we get that under wraps, the win rate will start getting a lot bigger as well. Anyway, much love, beautiful people. In a bit. How do I stop this? Stop.